Hello and welcome in.
Please do not leave your luggage unattended on the station.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Where the Harris is. We've got current NFL superstar Shelby Harris, perennial Pro Bowler and Super Bowl champion Chris Harris Jr., and myself, teammate to Chris Harris Jr. on that Super Bowl 50 team. Boys, we had a fun weekend again in the NFL, but let's start with the Denver Broncos comeback of a century in front of the home crowd on the day that everyone's honoring Demaryius Thomas entering the Ring of Fame. What'd you make of the game?
It was probably one of the craziest games I've ever watched. You know, seeing how the offense, the Broncos offense, just couldn't get anything going. It seemed like the play calling was very conservative. A lot of screens, a lot of swing passes, and passes to the flats. Nothing down the field until the fourth quarter. And the Giants, you know, they had it rolling all game. They played good defense. Good pass defense, was able to stop the run and just folded in the fourth quarter. You know, they did what losing teams do, you know, find a way to lose. And Bo Nix, you know, was able to score. I think he threw 2 touchdown passes and ran for 2. You know, great play call by Sean Payton to spring them. I wish they do that a little bit more, you know, run some design runs with them, you know, and get them going. And, but you know, the play calling has been shaky on the offensive side, but we can't really. I can't put I could put some blame on them on the first half, but the defense just didn't play as well, and like you want to play at home, and I think they'll tell you that too. I think they said that. They said the offense kind of carried them in that second half to be able to win that game, but it was the craziest comeback I've ever seen, and but we were going crazy in the box up there. You know, Talib is I think he might be a certified Jackson Dart hater. You know, I don't think he likes him right now.
There. Yeah, yeah.
So, but it was fun, man. It was fun being in that box and witnessing that.
No, I just think that what we have to talk about is the collapse of that New York Giants defense. 33 points in that fourth quarter. Unacceptable. No matter how good of an offense you're going against, you can't let your team down giving up 33 points. It was 19-0 to start the fourth. 19-0. I would have never expected them to lose that game.
Yeah, at one point it's 28-6 then, or 26-8, I think it was. At one point it's 26-8 in that fourth quarter, and that's under 6 minutes to go. You're like, but what we have to key in on is the Broncos' belief. We've all been there on great teams. Yeah. It starts with belief. You don't think about losing the game. You have plenty of time to focus on that. I want to give credit to this Broncos team for playing for 4 quarters, something they didn't do at the beginning of the season, right? Losing on that field goal penalty earlier in the year. Well, they made those corrections. Got Dre Greenlaw out there. And then when you talk about Bo Nix's touchdown run, can I get a little love for Garrett Bowles? Come on, man.
Yes,
He go out there with his wheels, running, springing blocks. So they're having fun. And I think all of us would agree, you have to get to a level of belief that really is not logical. If you want to be, if you want to be successful in football, and because at one point in the fourth quarter, even after they scored their 2-point conversion, you had a 1% chance of winning the game. I mean, that's crazy. So I love, and a team with belief is tough to beat.
Yeah, I think we got to question that Giants defense, especially on that last drive. On that last drive, you have a chance, no matter what, after giving up all those points to get out of it with a win. And you let the Broncos go downfield for the game-winning field goal. Your defense is the strongest part of that team. I'm just confused on where you go from this. Where can you go? Because your offense is a work in progress. That defense is supposed to be a legit part. From that front 4 to front 7, all of them are ballers. So I think if you're the New York Giants, I don't know where you go from this.
Well, they're at the bottom of their division, right?
Yeah, they're last. You know, they just got to try to fight their way out of it. But with the way that secondary played and the clutch right there, you know, that's when you understand how good you are. That's when you know when you can play under pressure and be able to close games in those situations. and not give up big plays. You gave up 3 big plays, to just march the Broncos down the field fast. It didn't even take 30 seconds. And when you see that, we had the Super Bowl team there, we had the DT's Ring of Fame. It was just, they had to win that game.
They had
it was so much pressure there to win that game, and they couldn't let us down. They couldn't let anybody down. They had to win that game. So the Giants, they just folded. Their offensive, who's their OC? The head coach is the OC, right?
Yeah, Brian Daboll. Oof.
Yeah, Daboll, right? And he could have ran the ball a little bit more, been way better clock management. It was just bad all the way around in that fourth quarter as an offense, especially when you have the lead like that. They just didn't play. They didn't play it the smart way. I got to put that loss. Oh, it's tough not to put it on the Giants defense, but man, that quarter, I might have to put it on the quarterback and the OC. All you had to do is really take care of the football. Not try to give the ball away.
Yeah.
And y'all just, just run out the clock, bro. And it's over. They couldn't even accomplish that. So good win by the Broncos. The Giants, you got a long ways to go. It's going to be a tough year. They'll probably be in the top 5 picks, next year for the draft.
I just can't believe that. I can't believe that every year it's not Brian Daboll's fault. How do I do that, guys? How do I get it so that everything that happens is not my fault? Because I don't know how Brian Daboll does it. He's got the magic sauce. He's the problem. Right. He has been the problem, and there's nothing new here. They're 2-4 right now, man. Like, you'd have thought the way they came into town that they were knocking on the door, number 1 in the NFC East, undefeated in the division. They don't know how to win, and he still gets past it. He gets by with it. So, Brian Daboll, you're going into bad coach's corner this week, man. You got to pull your head out and start to do some fundamental things football-wise, like run the ball with the lead on the road. And I can't believe I got to say that.
Man, some of these coaches just get away with just making bad decisions.
Oh.
And we all know who they are. They just keep getting chance after chance after chance. But since you guys were there, I really want to ask you guys about just how was Super Bowl 50, DT's remembrance, just how was it from 2 guys that were there?
It was great, man. The owners did a great job. Definitely bringing everybody back. Getting to see some. Although I didn't even get to talk to Ryan that much, just because I haven't talked to guys in the last 10 years. And being able to see everybody, all the coaches. It was amazing. Definitely miss Ronnie and DT. It's crazy that so all these guys, around our same age, are going away, and so you just want to cherish those times, those moments with everybody, and I think it's something that we'll all remember. It was definitely fun, and I think the Broncos did an excellent job of being able to host that this past weekend.
I want to double tap on what Chris Harris Jr. said. Thank you to the Walton Penner ownership group. Not only did they bring us all out there and the most alumni they'd ever had, but they shook each and every one of our Super Bowl 50 teammates' hands as we came on the field to be recognized. That's who this ownership group is. And let me say number 2 now, Shelby. I'm not going to let Chris Harris Jr. go now. Chris Harris Jr. was consistently the best dressed. And I like to get dressed up, Shelby. I didn't even know. I forgot. And he's had the style, but Chris Harris Jr. best dressed all weekend, too. And I'm with you, Chris, man. At one point, I went up to Chris. I'm like, man, I haven't even got the chance to see you. There's so many teammates that we get to see and really that we haven't seen. I don't know about you, Chris. I'm like, man, I'm not sure I still got the number there, And so I'm telling guys, hey, let's make sure we get the right numbers. But it was such a reminder that regardless of what you do, we're a part of a group that's different forever. And we sound different when we get together. We say hello different. We even our spouses are like, wow, these people are nice. It's unbelievable, this welcoming. That's who we were. And rest in peace to Demaryius Thomas, Ronnie Hillman. I think all of us were still looking around the corner for them to come around or something. And it makes you appreciate those moments more. So it was an amazing weekend. I maybe was second best dressed one night after Chris, but it was great to get that fellowship.
It's crazy though when you see that the relationships and the bond that we had. that's really why we won the Super Bowl. I mean,
Yeah.
you hear from Payton, D. Ware, all those guys, even Kubiak. You know, we really won it because we really believed in each other, regardless of what the score would be. And we had a close bond. You know, I think anybody on those teams, you know, would, you know, lay it on the line for each other. And when it came hard times, we knew that we could push through it. Right. So, and that's all you need as a team in this NFL, right? If you can have that connection and know no matter what the score is, you can come back and win. And seeing the Broncos do that, you know, that's going to push them. That's going to give them like 3 more wins.
Yeah.
On the season. Like whatever the record was, that right there, just confidence and knowing that you can come back. I think that I might add a little bit 3 more wins to the record than what I had.
Well, when can they give up, right? Like, when can you give up if you're the Broncos after that experience? Because now you know if you just don't give up, you're going to be successful. And that's really in life too, right? So I'm with you, Chris. That's 3 more wins. They're putting together a heck of a season now. Say what you want, but they're putting together a heck of a season.
Man, those are going to come back end of the year. Those end of the year games where you need it. These games right now, that experience is going to help this team later in the season. And honestly, I'm scared. That Broncos team, with how crappy they played, and to still come out with a win, as a team you got to watch out for going forward.
Especially with all the penalties. I mean, have you guys ever seen a team be so successful, average it? I think it's like 9 penalties a game, 10. What are we doing here, boys? You know? Yeah. So it's shocking that they can do that.
Hey, y'all, we're going to 2nd down, and the NFL is wide open this season, right? We got the Lions beating the Bucks. The Eagles beat the Vikings. Chiefs blanked the Raiders. Seattle looked very good last night. Which team do y'all see as a favorite going into the rest of the season?
Mine has not changed. It's the Green Bay Packers. Even after their lapse against the Cleveland Browns and against the Dallas Cowboys, they have proven that they are the most evenly distributed team out there. They run the ball with extreme precision, and they throw the ball at one of the best teams in the league. And now they're just getting healthier. You're going to start getting Christian Watson back. You're starting to get these playmakers back. The O-line's starting to get healthy. The defense is going to get healthy. This team, they're just starting to hit their stride. And so I'm excited to see what this Packer team will do.
I got to believe in the Chiefs. I mean, they put a total ass whooping down last week. That was a total butt whooping. So that's a team that knows how to do it. You know what I mean? They've been to every place that every team wants to go. I mean, think about that. Think about the meetings they're not having in Kansas City. They don't have to talk about staying focused. They don't have to talk about situational football. That's what every team in the rest of the league, AFC and NFC, is doing right now. So to me, man, those Chiefs, they're looking good. The Broncos are in this conversation. I still think Tampa Bay is a top team. They really did it. I think it was a tough loss, but they were going against a Lions team that had to win that game. But to me, man, you still got to beat the Eagles. So I love the Packers too, but to me, man, the Chiefs getting that dust bucket. And what I mean by that is getting that goose egg against the Raiders, which, come on now, we all love to see when the Raiders don't score any points, don't we? I mean, that was a dominant performance. The Chiefs, they're scaring the heck out of me now.
The Chiefs are definitely coming with Rice coming back. All the receivers healthy, Hollywood Brown, Worthy. That's just speed on the outside to make anybody nervous. And then you add in Kelsey is getting open, right? He might be dropping a lot of passes, but he is still getting open. So he does have a reliable target in the defense. You know, I think that's probably their best game all season. But I got to give it to the Colts right now. You know, Daniel Jones is lighting it up every week. The running game is strong with Taylor. He's leading the league in touchdowns. And they're playing solid defense with Jarvis Ward and Xavier Howard on the outside. So I like their DBs and Kenny Moore in the slot. They got a vet secondary. D-line is not bad. O-line is very tough and physical. So I'm starting to really believe in the Colts. You know, they have a solid team, and they're putting up numbers every week. And when you really look at it, you know, they really have some nice pieces together. If Daniel Jones can stay hot and they can continue to run the football, they're going to be tough to beat, especially in Indy, man. It was always tough
Loud.
to win there.
Yeah.
And I think if they have some home field advantage there, they can make some noise.
Do not sleep on this LA Rams team.
Mm-hmm.
I keep saying it. This Rams team is dangerous. Getting Devontae Adams there with Puka getting hurt and Devontae Adams picking up the slack. Matt Stafford went to London through 5 touchdowns against a Jacksonville Jaguar team who was rolling before this.
Yes.
Man, that LA Rams defense is stepping up, going crazy right now. And Poona Ford looks like one of the best free agent acquisitions so far from this past free agent cycle. This LA Rams team will be dangerous and a sneaky team once playoff time comes around.
Well, to your point, Shelby, they look like, to me, one of those teams that doesn't care how they get there. They know what they want to do in the playoffs. Like, I mean, some teams, like I think about, some of the Giants teams that went to win the Super Bowl. I mean, they had guys who had been there, especially that second time. They had guys that had been there and knew what to do. They were a wild card team. I mean, you're absolutely right. I think you got the Seahawks and the Rams. I mean, that's going to be a battle for that NFC West title. And it's not like the 49ers are bad, right? They're doing well as well. Hey, give Mac Jones some love, man. Another coach proven wrong. Come on, man. Mac Jones and Danny Dimes out here changing lives. So,
hey, what's crazy, that goes back to my whole point about the 49ers. Does that make Brock Purdy elite, or is it an offense where anybody can just go into there and make it work? So then, in that same aspect, was it a mistake paying Brock Purdy $250 million? If you could have just went and grabbed anyone to do that.
It was. And to your point, I mean, not to say that it's not hard what Brock Purdy does. That's the rate for quarterbacks. I get that. But you have all that money spread around. But really what I see is that the San Francisco 49ers, this is their last year of the window. You're not going to have many more opportunities with Christian McCaffrey before he's practicing on Fridays at walkthrough, right? I mean, he's probably doing that right now. So you have to – and, you're not getting any younger at the tight end position either. So it's a system that has proven to work, the West Coast offense, when quarterbacks make quick decisions versus the right decision. Chris, you could say against a quarterback throwing the ball, if they make the quick decision, it doesn't have to be the right decision,
Yeah.
So
I mean that offense is always tough, the Shanahan offense, and then he's definitely evolved it over the years, revamped it from whatever his father had created, and Brock Purdy is, he's still way better than Mac Jones. Mac Jones is nice. But Purdy, I think he's more mobile. He can throw a little bit more on the run. He makes a little bit more playmaking plays. So I like Purdy. So he's got definitely that experience. But their offense has been a plug and play, at the quarterback position. Shanahan has done a great job of being able to always have a run game, always have being able to have that play action off the zone. And he does an excellent job of play calling also. Coming up with a great plan every week. This week he said, hey, we're going to ride McCaffrey. And that's what they did. Gave him 30 touches, 200-some yards, especially versus everybody, the running back, everybody was crowning Robinson. So the 49ers are coming. Actually, they're not coming. They're still here. Yeah. Even though they lost Fred Warner, in that defense, that cover 3 system style with Rob Saleh, that's this there. They play great in that system. Right before he left, they were rolling on defense in that system. So they believe in him, and it's just a good fit. So you can't count the 49ers out, especially when Purdy comes back. They're gonna get better. Yeah. I think they're gonna get better with him coming back in the fold. So the play it's about to now we're about to start to get it to real football, right? It's about to get November. We're about to see who's really legit contenders now, and this is the time where I love it. Right. There's no hiding anything anymore. Right. Everybody, you got to show what you got. Right. All the cards are out there. Now it's just time to lace them up and play ball.
It's one of the most fun parts about the NFL part of the season. And when you're on a team that's been ready for that moment, hasn't had something happen where you're in a good position, you want to have a winning record right now, because now is when you determine where you're going to be in the playoffs. Before we move on from the 49ers, though, have y'all seen Mac Jones in the post-game interview? I love this, man. We got Jameis Winston is on the other side, right, where he's going to give you the most hilarious quotes. Mac Jones doesn't speak. They ask him questions. He's like, oh, yeah, yep, that was a fun win. It's just hilarious, man. There's multiple ways to do it. But while we're talking quarterback, boys, let's go to third down. We got some shaky quarterback play at other areas in the NFL. Does Tua keep his job? What do you do with some of the situations where you have a losing team with talent on the roster? Would you like to see the team play the young talent like a Shedeur Sanders or something. I don't know, to know what you have on the roster, because some teams are out of it bad right now.
Man, I think it's bigger than that. Like, if you look at like the Dolphins situation, this is a you or me situation. It's either I'm going to keep my job or you're going to keep your job, because it doesn't seem like it's going to work anymore. The marriage seems over, and they got to figure something out. Like all these teams, you have to realize, especially like that's why the Giants moved off of Russell Wilson so quick. There's a him or me situation here. I either have to move on and buy myself more time with a young QB, or I stay there and I keep you playing and I get fired because you keep losing. And that's kind of where we're at right now with the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, they're saying, no, we're not going to fire Mike McDaniels. But if you have more bad losses like that, where you don't score a touchdown, you're an offensive coach, the writing's on the wall.
Hello.
And we got to think about it. Tua, when we look at Tua, the Raiders have Geno Smith.
Yeah.
The Vikings quarterback, he's been hurt. Starting quarterback's been out. Who else hadn't been playing? He's been Rocky, the quarterback for Atlanta. Penix has been, shaky. But Tua's just been awful, and his press conference he hasn't helped himself at all.
No. And
I think he's pretty much lost it. I think he's lost his confidence. He lost the team. Of course, the coach looks like he's done. So they might as well put in the rookie quarterback from Texas. Let's see what he can do. Try to get a spark somewhere, because Tua is. I think they have Shelby and them dominated this guy. He threw multiple interceptions, and he just doesn't seem like his mind is right. I think Tyreek Hill kind of messed this kid up. With his comments and he hadn't been able to bounce back from it. Geno's done. I was never really high on Geno.
He's the same
anyways.
Guy. Yeah, he's the same guy. He's always been very good, not great.
Yeah, and so I think he's done out there with the Raiders. I don't know who they got behind him. They probably don't have anybody, but Geno's time is definitely ticking. He's definitely going into that kind of that Russell Wilson phase, that backup. You'll still be in the league. He'll still have a job, but it's time to be a backup, guys, and come off the bench like a Brissett. But the quarterbacks, it shows that you need a backup, right? Flacco is still valuable, and that's sad to say.
Yeah,
right. He's still valuable, that he can, that the Browns can trade this guy, and then this guy can go win with the Bengals that fast, right? So, the quarterback issues, they're all over the league, and even your starting guys, your open day starters aren't even playing that well. So, I don't know what's going on. It's not the time period that we had with Brady, Big Ben, Cam. It's a little drop off right now. So hopefully they can pick it up for the rest of the year.
But is this a coaching issue, or is this a quarterback issue? Like, is this actually the skill talent of the quarterback is the issue? Or, like we've talked about before, the NFL, people have a fake, thought of the NFL comes with the best coaches. And that's not true.
That is not true.
And that's not true. And we see it, as in Daniel Jones goes from New York to Indy and looks like a completely different player.
MVP. How's that happen? How do you have an MVP on your bench? How does that happen? You know what I mean? That's bad coaching.
It's just bad coaching all around the league. And I think that's what needs to be emphasized way more. Instead of blaming these quarterbacks, we got to look at these organizations and these coaches.
And to me, there's three organizations that come to mind that need a new change in leadership. Miami, clearly, it's so much bad happening. Plus, they got injuries. I get that. But Tua's consistent in being exactly who he is. He's not ever made the plays outside of college now, outside of that one half of football in college. He's not made those plays to win you games in the NFL, ever. He hasn't done that in his career. Maybe week 4 or 5 here or there, but that's only when things are going good. He's never fought through. It'd be interesting to look at what his come-from-behind victories are compared to other quarterbacks, right? That's a team that needs a culture change. And let's be clear, it's hard to build culture in Miami. There are a lot of distractions. Hello. Number two, I mean, the Giants have been bad. I don't care that Jackson Dart is good. That shouldn't save Brian Daboll's job. He made boneheaded decisions, terrible clock management. You thought if you'd have watched that game, you would have thought he had never coached a game before in his life. And we know if players did something like that, coaches would be on you. That's the favorite part about this gig. Brian Daboll, you're not good enough. Get better. I mean, coach better. Use your brain with your timeouts. And then I've been saying it here, guys. I still think there's issues there in Baltimore. They got a chance to turn it around. But it's about at the end of that road there for me in terms of John Harbaugh having that locker room. There might need to be a change there as well. We'll see.
Oh, there's going to be some changes. I thought Dable should have been fired already. Especially after that game. I mean, there's no way I would have been able to bring him back. But they might like what he does with Jackson Dart. He might be a great quarterback developer. I don't know his track history on that. I think he did help Josh Allen a little bit.
Did he?
Right.
Right. I mean,
he played. Josh Allen is playing better since he's been gone.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah.
He won MVP. He won an MVP after Dable left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Right. What were you gonna say, Shelby?
Oh, nothing.
Right. So the coaching is bad because even watching the game with the Broncos, Bo Nix, I don't think he even threw a pass down the field until the second half. Right. It was just dinking dunks and short passes. So maybe some of these head coaches are kind of handicapping these guys, and maybe they're not letting them open it up. So I don't know. What do you think on Dylan Gabriel? Are y'all letting them open up, or are they out there handicapping, running, dinking dunks?
No, I think it's a process. It's you got to ease him into the offense. It's like any other rookie quarterback. You're not necessarily just going to come in right away throwing 50-yard bombs. Even Mahomes didn't come in like that when we played him in 2017. It was more conservative. It's all about leaning on the running game. When you got a rookie quarterback, it's about the run and play action. That's always the idea, to take the pressure off of the guy, off the QB. And, that's really what we're doing. We committed to the run against the Dolphins, and it opened up some of the pass game. And any young quarterback will be successful throwing the ball between 18 to 25 times a game. Now, you get over that. You get to the 30 to 50, you more than likely, you got your ass kicked. Mm-hmm. And that's just the dynamic with young quarterbacks, and that's how you have to approach it.
Well, let's talk about some quarterbacks that are getting it down. Before we go to fourth down, can we give some vet flowers, please, to Sam Darnold? I mean, is he looking athletic or what? I mean, I'm like, Sam Darnold's rolling out right in that play action, shifting left, setting up, throwing the ball. I mean, where did this guy come from?
Guess what offense he's running?
West Coast, under center.
He's running. Hello. Is he running the 49ers offense out there?
Yes, he is. With less
okay.
But the difference is, though, he has the arm behind it. We look at Mac Jones, we look at Brock Purdy, and those are average to below average arms. Now, when you see Sam Darnold running it, though, he makes the plus throws because he has that plus arm. That's why he was a top 5 draft pick, because he has the arm. And that's why you see the difference in Seattle.
Man, shout out to those boys. Him, Baker. It's hard to lose your spot, get cut, get traded. Been free agent multiple times. Learn new offensive playbook every other year. Salute to those boys, Sam Darnold and Baker. Because they definitely made a career now. Sam Darnold has a great chance to continue to get paid, and turn his career all the way around. So, and Baker already did. So, shout out to those boys. And like you said, Darnold looks good in this West Coast. Maybe that's the system he should have been in his whole career, right? Coaching, it's the fit. And now he has the right team, the right organization that believes in him. And now we can see his real potential.
Isn't that crazy, Chris? We see that all the time. You draft a player that did one system, we bring them in the NFL, say, we're going to want you to run a completely different system. And then they're like, why was he not successful? Why didn't this work? Because he's never done it before.
I remember that, and I remember Nnamdi Asomugha coming out and going from man to a zone defense. They're like, "Oh, it's going to work." No, it's not. He was a 6'3" corner with arms. He was a man corner, and it doesn't really make that much difference in the run game. But you guys are absolutely right. I mean, this is the way to do it, you're let me say this, your playbook can't be smarter than your players, right? And you look at what happened with Huff last year on the Eagles. How is he not successful at the Eagles?
Right.
And so sometimes coaches get it wrong. And we'll say this, most times coaches get it wrong. And there are players throughout the league that prove it every day. Well, hey, for fourth down, real quick, boys, I'm not going to make you talk about my Notre Dame Fighting Irish whooping ass against USC. All right, I'm not going to make you talk about that. That's undisputed. But who you got in the World Series? I think you know where I'm going.
Man, I don't even want to talk about this.
Oh, the Brewers.
Man.
Come on, let the tears out. Come on,
So,
man. We're here for you, dog.
Hold on, let me get my voice back. Because this is why the Major League Baseball commissioner, everybody, they need to sit down. This is not a salary cap issue. It's a salary floor issue. These teams need to be forced to compete. Just like, in the NFL, it's not talked about enough. We talk about salary cap. But there's a salary floor that forces these teams to go actually compete. And that's what we need in baseball. And I hate it because the owners are going to use the Dodgers as an excuse for a salary cap. And that is not the problem. The problem is you have the A's, you have the Marlins, you have these other teams who will spend $60 million in payroll compared to teams that will spend $200. Now, can we be mad at teams wanting to compete? No. But we should be mad at the teams not wanting to compete, and that is what's ruining the sport. So it's not about a salary cap. It's a salary floor. And on that, the Dodgers will win 4-0.
Thank you. Go ahead, Chris. What you got, man?
I got the Dodgers. When you see Ohtani, his presence of what he's doing, pitching and being able to bat, we witnessed a lot of history this week, guys.
Yes.
This guy comes out and pitches. How many innings? I think it was six.
Six innings, no runs, 3 home runs.
Yep,
yeah, 3 home runs. Right. Come on now. That and then the Broncos game. It's been a great week. So I see them definitely going back to back. It's going to be tough for those guys to even win to lose next year because they spend every year. It's not a year, and they're going to get some pitching next year.
Yeah.
Right? Because Curtin Clayshaw's been on their books forever. He's gone, so they'll have a lot more money to be able to even throw out there next year. So
they're gonna go get Scooble, and that's going to ruin baseball.
Oh yeah,
and that's the worst part is they just going to go keep getting Skeens, Scooble, all these guys are either going to go to the Yankees, the Red Sox, or the Dodgers. And how can you compete?
Dude,
because all these other teams have one of those guys.
If that,
the Dodgers have at least 7.
Well, think about this. The Dodgers went from they had one of their star pitchers go 9 innings to pitch a complete game. And then the next pitcher hits 3 home runs with 10 Ks. Like, who's beating that? That can't happen, man. So I'm with the Dodgers all day. Shohei Ohtani, for president. I know he can't be president, but come on, man. This man is unbelievable. And that's this week's show of We're the Harrises. Stay tuned for next week's show. Catch us every week as we give you the best football talk around. Share, like, and make sure to comment.